enjoy yourself. You about to get a message from yours truly. Sit back and enjoy yourself. You about to hear a message from yours truly. Pure Bama Freeman lifestyle. Ooh, hey. You about to go from city to city. Yeah, yeah. Traveling across this land in the pure Bama Freeman lifestyle. Ooh.
Men are not going to be able to rally and unite to be able to head this off. You're not going to revoke the 19th Amendment because the women outvote you. It's not going to happen. These are all pipe dreams. Okay, these are all fantasies of loser males, the deaf, dumb, and blind males of America who have already lost the battles and the wars, in which I tell you as a solution or a trade-off to protect yourself at this particular point. And I know you hope it would be not like that. You can gather together in some more communist mindset manifesto. You're not gathering together at all. Okay, you're not gathering together. I can't even gather together within a group of men that were supposed to support each other, and they're stabbing me in the back. All right, they're rejoicing. All right, they're trying to tap dance on what they perceive as a grade. We can't even stick together on this. Certainly, you can't believe that we're going to stick together and band together to stop the momentum of the feminists and the traditionalism and the social, cultural Marxists. You don't think we're going to stick together for that? Oh, clearly not. All right, the she-male hater group of CGA is showing you that the villain is here to stay, and you can forget about banding together. Okay, you can't even band together now. Okay, you're trying to convince me to pull me to your side of fantasy, where I stand on the front line as a foot soldier and get shot in the middle of my forehead, trying to attempt something that I already know is a fantasy. It's not going to happen. I'll be enjoying myself in a variety of countries, putting hands on hips of young women around the world, all right? That's where I'm going to be. I don't know where you're going to be, but that's where I'm going to be, and I'm going to love it. And watching you guys fight a battle that you can't win. Bringing back traditionalism. The Christian fundamentalists are going to stop it. And I know you're going to say it's just New York. It's liberal New York, no big deal. But Gen Z women are on a rampage at this particular point.
What up, y'all? This your boy Bama. That's right, Bama right here on Free Men Travel. Right here on YouTube, man, and on Kick. Y'all go ahead and join us over there on Kick, Free Men Travel. Right here on YouTube. Follow us on both platforms. Hit the subscribe button if you're new. Wow. Fireworks is in the building, man. Man, let's talk about it today, man. Make sure y'all come through, hit the like button, man. If you new, sub to the channel, man. Follow us over there on Kick, bro. Because we coming through, man, talking about some things, and we try to unpack these things that are happening in the male spaces, really known as the Manosphere. Whether it's passport bros, whether it's red pill, whether it's Manosphere, MGTOW, whatever you want to call yourself, man. You are in the sphere of the men. I'm not sure what has happened behind closed doors, but I saw a community tab as it relates to Coach Greg Adams. And he said that they counseled him out of the Manosphere. Canceled, people. Canceled. I said it. And that's what Coach Greg Adams said. And from the sound of the audio that you just heard, it sounds like that's what they did as well. So y'all strap on y'all seatbelts, man. We're going to try to tackle it. And if you have anything to contribute to this subject, feel free to come through and hit the feel free to hit the chat, man, and discuss it with us, because I find it interesting. You know what I mean? I really do find it interesting, man. So, yo, y'all come through, man. Come through. We're gonna wait on a couple of you guys to come through, man. So just relax. We're gonna just let it play out a little bit, and then we're gonna get into the show. Thank you for coming through. All right. We back, man. We back. Again, man, this your boy Bama the Traveler, man. Right here at Free Men Travel, here on YouTube and also on Kick. Coach Greg Adams has been apparently canceled from the Manosphere. This is something that he has posted from his community tab, and I want to discuss it. You know, I want to discuss it from I guess a variety of ways, and that's his post. You know, he said that they have canceled him from the Manosphere. Okay. So I want to also, again, play this audio. I want to play this audio once again. And I want to sort of put these things together and go from there, man. So let's play this audio again.
Most men are not going to be able to rally and unite to be able to head this off. You're not going to revoke the 19th Amendment because the women outvote you. It's not going to happen. These are all pipe dreams. Okay, these are all fantasies of loser males, the deaf, dumb, and blind males of America who have already lost the battles and the wars, in which I tell you as a solution or a trade-off to protect yourself at this particular point. And I know you hope it would be not like that. You can all gather together in some more communist mindset manifesto. You're not gathering together at all. Okay, you're not gathering together. I can't even gather together within a group of men that were supposed to support each other, and they're stabbing me in the back. All right, they're rejoicing. All right, they're trying to.
You said they stabbing him in the back. Stabbing him in the back based off of certain podcasts, certain I guess they was trying to schedule a few podcast shows with him, featuring him, and there was a couple ghost runs, couple flakes on him by one particular podcast, and apparently they were sending him on a lot of dry runs. So this is, I guess, him speaking in terms of the Manosphere. You know, and how they're, in a lot of ways, setting him up for failure. And so, I'm not sure what's going on in the vaccines, but I'm gonna just give my opinion on some of the things that he's kind of throwing out there. So let him continue.
Dance on what they perceive as a grade. We can't even stick together on this. Certainly, you can't believe that we're going to stick together and band together to stop the momentum of the feminists and the traditionalism and the social, cultural Marxists. You don't think we're going to stick together for that? Oh, clearly not. All right, the she-male hater group of CGA is showing you that the villain is here to stay, and you can forget about banding together. Okay, we can't even band together now. Okay. You're trying to convince me to pull me to your side of fantasy where I stand on the front line as a foot soldier and get shot in the middle of my forehead, trying to attempt something that I already know is a fantasy. Mm-hmm. It's not going to happen. I'll be enjoying myself in a variety of countries, putting hands on hips of young women around the world, all right? That's where I'm going to be.
Uh-oh. So he's gonna be doing some traveling, but my thing is, it in this stream that he did, I guess last night, or yeah, last night. I think that it's to me it sounds like they was trying to dry his pockets up. That they're trying to go after his channel. It appears that they're going to try to hurt him financially. They're trying to get in on his personal information. This is the Manosphere guys that is moving in on Coach Greg Adams to try to dethrone him financially. But they have already attempted to bring him down relating to the podcast and these debates. And one of his chief rivals was Rollo Tomasi. All right, who, by the way, some people say that he had a little thing and a little riff with Kevin Samuels. Now, I'm not trying to really be a conspiracy theory here, and maybe that's how it may be coming off, but I'm just giving a little of my opinion as an outsider looking in. I'm not quite sure if they're trying to pull the same sort of tactics with Coach Greg Adams like they did with Kevin Samuels. Because maybe they was trying to get him to capitulate, as in purposely lose that debate. And from the sound of it, from his live stream, it sounds like that he wasn't trying to bite the bullet to losing to Andrew Wilson in that debate. So it's getting interesting here on these YouTube streets. And I be it to say that this is spread across um, a lot of these sectors of men within this manosphere. And him being part of the red pill space, there's some internal wars. And that's what he's speaking about. Let's go.
But that's where I'm going to be, and I'm going to love it. And watching you guys fight a battle that you can't win, bringing back traditionalism, the Christian fundamentalists are going to stop it. And I know you're going to say it's just New York, it's liberal New York, no big deal. But Gen Z women are on a rampage at this particular point.
So he's sort of reacting off that last debate that he had with Andrew Jackson. That was the aftermath. And he was just recapping on the recent election, for the mayoral election up there in New York with Mondami winning that, and he was using it as an example of these Gen Z women taking over. And so he was trying to expand on the point that he was making in that debate as y'all not going to stop these women with the shame, blame, and explain propaganda, all this other rhetoric that you spewing out on these manosphere channels. None of that is going to stop them. And so that's the angle that Coach Greg Adams was going in. And they're not liking the fact that he defeated Andrew Wilson. And so he's making his points. They're not liking it. And they are not able to deal with it. Now, he sort of gave some context. We're going to play a little bit of this. He gave a little context on what happened behind the scenes. Y'all try to hit the like button if you're new, sub to the channel. Sub to the channel. Um, Let me go back to his channel. Hold on, just in case. Okay, here we go. Let's play a little bit of this to give y'all some context. Hold on. That's not it either. Oh, here we go. Hold on. I want him to play. I want him to talk about some of the things that happen behind the scenes.
And he says, "Can you answer this question?" No, because you just told me no. So I'm going to tell you no. But then when I do it, oh, this guy don't have solutions. All right, well, I wasn't here to provide solutions. Who told you that? If he raised his voice, I raised my voice. If he was condescending, I was condescending back in return. If he was arrogant, I was arrogant back in return. But they only caught me doing it every single time. So we see how that's going. And by the way, these men on that side of the Manosphere have been doing this for years towards me. Okay? And I don't want to make it about race because, you know, you can, because it's obvious, because there was a debate between a black guy and a white guy. Inevitably in America is going to be about race. But these white Manosphere people have been doing this for a long time. Rollo Tomasi has been attempting to do this to me for a long time. Some of these guys, they hide behind their channels. They have faceless channels. They've been doing this all the time. They've been doing this for years. The MDL guy, the BBL guy, he's been doing this for a long time. They've been trying to get me to do this, but what did I do? I said, I'm not going to do debates because they always end up like this. Debates are worthless. They're worthless in the YouTube space. So I was like, they've been trying to draw me out for a long time. And I said, I'm going to pick who I want to pick. Now, they brought me in. They brought Andrew Wilson to me, just so you guys know. They brought him to me, which means there was a coordinated effort to bring him to me specifically. Because I live in Las Vegas. The guy that runs the show lives in Las Vegas. He's not from Las Vegas. How did he get in here? By the way, I was supposed to also debate I can't remember his name, but Tony Gaskins. A week before, I was supposed to debate Tony Gaskins on a show called, it's a black show. It's two guys. I can't remember those brothers' names. But what's those two guys' names? And you guys know, none of these Manosphere channels have not reviewed my videos for years. They literally act like I didn't exist. But now all of a sudden, they want to review these videos. No, it's it's not the Hodge twins, but they're the two black guys in Atlanta. Yeah, Hardly Initiated. So a week before this debate, I was supposed to go on Hardly Initiated, and they brought Officer Tatum to me. So I can see that I can feel that there was something going on. All right, because all of a sudden people were lining up to pick me specifically. Now this could be happenstance, but you know me, I always think there's an energy going on here. So Hardly Initiated contacted me. I think it's Rico or Columbia, I can't remember. We want you to debate. So then they came and said, I want you to debate Officer Tatum.
So it sounds like to me they was lining him up for failure. That's what it sounds like to me. Somebody please let me know if my sound is clear. I'm looking at my bars. Look, my bars are going down, going through these small little areas. Just put a one in the chat if you could. Let me know if I'm good. And I want to make sure that the audio is good, you know. If not, then we just got to go with what we have, all right? So we can't really pay attention to that. But again, let's get back to the show. it sounds like to me that they're trying to line him up for failure. You know what I mean? Hey, appreciate that, Mister. Appreciate you, brother. Uh, and and salute to you for coming through, brother. Appreciate you for coming through. Very important, very important. Because I don't know if my streams are coming through clear, but anytime I get down to 2 bars, I'm thinking that I'm starting to break up and get staticky and all of that or whatever. But getting back to the show, it appears that there has been some stuff brewing up for a while between Coach Greg Adams and the white he called Clanosphere. And these guys have envied him for a while. They disliked him for a while, just like they didn't like Kevin Samuels. Some of them were claiming that Kevin Samuels was taking their talking points, and so they kind of worked behind the scenes to dethrone Kevin Samuels. So now we have a Coach Greg Adams, which is a big wig the um, in the Manosphere, red pill. And since he done that debate with Andrew Wilson, and it went down the way it went down, now they after him. And even some of the guys that we least expected to sort of move different and weird towards Coach Greg Adams. Uh, Definitely, when you consider that he's been on their shows multiple times, he's going to explain in this particular live stream that even they were acting weird towards him. So let's continue.
So that was the first person. Then I went on the show for the guy that we did the debate in Las Vegas. I went on his show, and somebody not set me up. Somebody introduced me to him. So I went on his show during the summer, but the video didn't get released until October,
Mm,
2 months later.
mm,
So I went on his show. That those videos did the best on his channel of any video in months. My one video did better than any video he had on his channel for months. So that video got other people. Now then the Harley Initiated came in. They said, we want you to debate Officer Tatum. I don't know, it fell through. And so I said yes. And then we were going to go to Atlanta.
Now, Officer Tatum is a brother, black man. That's a Christian conservative. Now he's part of that circle of, I wouldn't say clanosphere, but using Coach Greg Adams' um, depiction of them. Yeah. So Officer Tatum is part of those people. Let's go.
So then it fell through. And so they were like, we're going to get somebody else. Then they were going to get Tony Gaskins.
Mm,
So when that fell in, they planned that. That was supposed to be last week. All right, I was going to go to Atlanta. But then they were like, oh, we can't get the studio, so we're going to do it virtual. Which I was like, the virtual thing to me is, I don't think debate's virtual. It's worse because people can act a monkey in their home studio. I was like, okay, I'll do it virtually, I guess. But then when that happened, then this came up with Andrew Wilson. So the guy that did a podcast 2 months during the summer, he said, hey, we want you to debate Andrew Wilson.
mm.
Right? And so I didn't look for these things. They came to me. Okay, they came to me. So 1 week I'm supposed to debate Tony Gaskins, and I was going to be followed up by Andrew Wilson. I didn't back down once. I was like, I'll take them on easily. And these are two heavy hitters. Oh, Officer Tatum was the first pull-up. So these are three people with millions of subscribers, 500,000. Like, these are bigger channels than me.
Mm.
And somebody said they're on live and they got 400 followers. I got more followers than them right now. I'm pulling away from their followers. Isn't that crazy? They're probably talking about me, and I'm on live and I got more followers. I mean, more people watching on a smaller channel, mind you. So, yeah, that was supposed to be the thing. So I was supposed to do the Tony Gaskins. Then they wanted to do it virtual. And guess what? Then what happened was it fell through. I didn't even hear from them. I didn't even hear from them.
So they setting up fake debates just to create whatever narrative, or they're posing some unknown motive, which sort of got him in a position of just guessing, wondering on what's going on. You know, so it sounds like they just setting him up for failure, basically, or trying to paint the narrative that he's afraid to debate these big wigs, but it don't seem like that's the issue. Rather, it's them playing games with this man's time. Let's go.
interview did not go on. Okay, so I didn't even hear from them. I never got another message. So I was like, all right, I'm not begging for it. I'm not begging for it. So I was like, okay, whatever. So then I was like, okay, I'll do the Andrew Wilson thing. And I did a 5-hour podcast prior to it. And then I went over there, drove over there, put on my suit, and I went to it.
Mm-hmm.
So go over to their stream and go ahead and say Coach Gang won. Coach Gang, go over to their stream. If you can watch my stream and it's at the same time, tell them Coach Gang. And somebody said I have no reason to debate Officer Tatum. That matchup is contrived. All right. Yeah, I was like, Officer Tatum? All right.
Yeah, so they trying to put the black on black. You know what I mean? Let them go against each other. You know? Shit, boy, these people something serious, man. Let's go.
I'm like, whatever, I'll debate Officer Tatum, but I don't think there's much he can gain from that.
Exactly.
There's not much. I think he loses. That's definitely, like, if he shows bad against me, that's a big L. So he probably wanted no parts of that. Tony Gaskins as well. He's probably not a great debater. So that wouldn't have done well either.
I think the reason why they really want to dethrone Coach Greg Adams is because he openly promotes, obviously, hidden, if y'all can catch my drift, younger JUCO, junior college age women. He really pushes that narrative. Now, of course, he's going to give them a couple shekels. And I want to also add that a lot of these women that he is getting of the JUCO college or the junior college, as he would refer to it as, these are snow bunnies. And so the Manosphere, as Coach Greg Adams called them, they're a little upset about that. You know what I mean? They're a little upset with the fact that he's smashing those younger snow bunnies. And, you know, periodically he'll show a couple receipts and, you know, he'll show a flat back here or there. And I'm sure that a lot of those Christian conservatives did not like it. You know, you got this super chocolatey man, right? Smashing these snow bunnies, young ones. And he's giving them a little fee. And so they had it out for him for a very long time, folks. All right. So I'm trying to give y'all sort of the backdrop of how all of this maybe came about. Just my opinion. Let's go.
And I really wouldn't have gone hard on them. So Tony Gaskins would have been good because he would have came with the whole Christian thing too. All right. But he would have had the Christian thing. But I don't know. If I've seen them debate too much. And then the next week is the Andrew Wilson. But I don't even know. I don't know what the topic was. All right. And most of the time, I don't even care when I set these up. In fact, when I had the debate against Hafiz, I didn't even know what the topic was. I don't even know anything about it. All right. I asked them a few.
So they see, this is right here again trying to set him up for the L. The man don't even know what they're discussing. They're not even giving him an itinerary on what it is they're going to be debating on. So he got to basically research who he's debating. And in this case with Hafiz, he didn't even know he was debating Hafiz. And so he got to basically scramble to try to get a gist on what it is that he gonna be dealing with. So they just ambushing him with these um, uncertain people, and they trying to catch him off guard, like he don't make it look like he don't know what he's talking about. So all of this was just to get him in an L situation. Let's go, man.
Questions. I was already in Florida, so I said I'm gonna be in Florida doing Fresh and Fit,
Mm-mm.
and I'll come over there, drive up there to you.
I remember that.
And so I drove up to Fort Lauderdale to the studio, and Hafiz was sitting in the room. All right. They told me originally I was going to be on the show with two women.
Uh-oh.
One woman was the woman that got famous with Pearl. I can't remember her name. No dis.
Now, notice he said the FNF show. He's supposed to be his homeboys. He been on that show quite a few times, right? He supposed to have went to them, but then instead he went up to this. I forgot this guy's name, but he's a big time YouTuber, and he's in the in crowd that's linked up with the president. So I forgot the name of him, but yeah, he went to his show to debate two women, and this very same guy is connected to the FNF show, right? But this man purposely tried to set him up. But go ahead, coach.
Respect. Okay. But the two women, it was the OnlyFans woman, and then there was another young lady that was supposed to be on the stream. Hafiz was not supposed to be on the stream.
Exactly.
And go ahead and tell them that I'm live over here, so they know I got more numbers than them. Was it Addie? What's her name? Nah, it was a woman that got famous with Pearl. And it actually was Pearl got famous, her channel got famous because a video went viral of her in a car saying something about traditional women. But Pearl's channel had the video. I can't remember the woman's name, but she was end up being the woman. Allie, yeah, I think she ended up being the woman that said that her husband gives her $12 allowance.
Mm.
So yeah, I believe that's her name, Allie. She was married to end up saying that she was married to a sugar daddy. Yeah, the real Femme Sapien. So it was the real Femme Sapien, and then the woman that was the OnlyFans wife, and me. That was the three people that I was told was going to be on the show. And I always ask, who's going to be on the show? Because I don't want people to show up that I wasn't prepared for. And so I don't want to show up and think. Matter of fact, I initially thought when the Soscats reached out to me, I originally thought that I was going to do my own interview. Okay.
So it was the Sauce Cast. I forgot that guy's name, but he's down there in Florida too. But yeah, on this particular one, yeah, he definitely body bagged Hafiz. And so as we walk through this journey with Coach on this, him telling his side of the story, they're putting people from this Christian background against him. So they just all basically trying to take turns to debate him, and they trying to see which one basically could defeat his argument or his stance on how he's kind of pushing this free agent lifestyle thing. You know what I mean? They want to defeat this free agent lifestyle thing. So they're putting up all these suitors, setting them up on all these little ghost runs and flake runs with him debating them. And some of these never materialized because they're trying to catch him off guard, basically. But yeah, one of their first candidates was Hafiz, and he kicked his ass. You know what I mean? Hafiz was flustered, just like Andrew Wilson was flustered. You know what I mean? Turning red, slumped over in the chair like he was exhausted. That was the first sign that he lost the debate. The body language, right? His posture. The whole time Coach Greg Adams was doing that debate, he kept a good posture. He never changed his posture. The man was sitting straight up, being a tactician. Really didn't raise his voice, to be honest with you. He stayed even keel, and he just dissected him. The man that you know won the debate, you could tell based off the body language. Let's go.
I was like, I'm gonna do an interview because what I knew of the Southcast at the time is that they did an interview with Andrew Tate. So that's all I knew. All right, I was like, oh, I see they did an interview with Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate was sitting in a hotel room or wherever they were, and that one guy, PBD, and Sosnick was interviewing Andrew Tate. So that's
Yeah, PBD, that's the name of him. Yeah, he was the white guy that set him up against Hafiz without him knowing. Is he's connected to the PBD folks, and they all kind of connected with Trump. Let's go.
what I originally thought it was. And when I got to Miami, when I did the Fresh and Fit podcast, I was like, okay, who else is going to be on the show? Fem Sapien and this OnlyFans woman.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay, whatever. But when I get to the studio, I walk in, they tell me that there's a green room over here. They show me the green room.
Pay
And like, you
attention.
can sit here, and they basically kind of push me over here. They like, go sit in here. But what I said was, oh, let me go bathroom. So they were going to put this green room and close the door. And they did this to Jason Whitlock as well. But what
Wow.
I said was, typically if somebody tells me to sit down, I don't sit down. All right, I never sit down. So if somebody says, oh, hey, yeah, here's a job interview, sit right here. And
Listen to how they listen to how they doing this whole shit. Like they really trying to set him up for the okie doke. Like they trying to set Coach Greg Adams up with the okie doke, bruh. Big time. Like this some real clan shit. Oh man.
I normally don't do it. I normally just standing up. I walk around. I walk around the office. I want to see what's going on. I don't want to just be led into a back door and go into this room. So, so what I did was I went to the bathroom. I was like, oh, okay, that's great. Let me walk to the bathroom. And the bathroom was way across from the green room. So when I come back from the bathroom, I walk into this area. I'm like snooping. I'm just like looking around, and I'm like, because I'm always interested in how things are set up. I'm always interested in offices and how they employ people. So I'm walking around cubicles. I'm looking at shit, and I get to this room, and it's a very dark room, but it has like an aquarium in it, right? It has an aquarium, so it's kind of darkened. But it's a light in there, and I can't remember if it was an aquarium or something like that, but it was kind of lit in a dark room. And so I was like, what's in here? And I walk over there, and Hafiz is sitting in that room.
There it is. There you go.
Hafiz is sitting in that room, that dark
Hiding
room
from
in
him.
the aquarium.
Yeah.
And so I see a black man scribing, kind of like scrambling and scraping like Andrew Wilson was. He's writing notes.
Wow.
And I look, I don't recognize him at the time. But I was like, what's up? Because black guy, typical how black people do, they go, what's up? So I see this guy sitting there, a black guy. He's in a suit, but I don't think he had the jacket on. So I looked, and I was like, what's up? He didn't say anything to me. But I didn't recognize him as a feast at the time. So I was like, that's weird. He didn't even say anything.
Wow.
All right. So I was like, okay. All right, that's weird. All right, he didn't even address me, but I'm not thinking that he's going to be on the show. I'm not thinking that's a feast. I'm like, whatever. So what I do is I just go over to the green room, and they had some snacks and candy and coffee. So I just go in the green room, and I look on the board. On the board, it says Allie. Not the Fem Sapien Allie, the woman, the OnlyFans wife, was named Allie as well, if I'm not mistaken. I look on the board, and it says Allie, Coach Greg Adams, and Hafiz on the board.
Wow.
That's when I was like, Hafiz? I didn't know Hafiz was going to be on the show.
Wow.
So that's when I was like, oh, the black guy is Hafiz. That was Hafiz. I was like, what is he doing here? What is he doing here? I didn't know he was going to be here because the last email I had before I even drove up from Miami to Fort Lauderdale that morning or the day before, they said, they didn't say Hafiz was going to be there, but is Hafiz from Miami? Is he from that area? No, I think Hafiz is from Atlanta. So they knew Hafiz was going to be there the entire time when I asked who was going to be on the show. Yes. So when I asked, when I was in Miami and I'd done the Fresh and Fit show, they knew Hafiz was there. They never said, oh, he's from Houston? They never said Hafiz was on the show. So they knew he was, but they never said it. And I was like, that's interesting. So I go back in the green room and I'm looking at the board. I was like, that's interesting, but I'm still not, like, I'm not scared. You know, I'm not scared of any of these people on the internet because, you know, I was a known person before this. This is, you know, I don't prepare for debates. I don't go in and be like, I need to say this, I need to say that. I'll have a couple of thoughts and this and that. So I go in the studio. They're already set up. Adam's set up. The producers are set up. The OnlyFans wife is in the chair. Hafiz is in the chair. They pull me last to the studio. That's why I'm sitting in that chair. So that chair that I'm sitting in, that was the last open chair. Everybody's seated, mic'd up and everything. Okay? Everybody's seated, mic'd up, prepared. They got their notes. And I walk in and I see Hafiz. I know it's Hafiz now. And I said, what's up? He didn't say anything to me again. Again, he said nothing to me. So I knew, I was like, this guy is going to be hostile towards me. So that's why you see in that debate, my demeanor's different than the Andrew Wilson debate, because I knew I was debating Andrew Wilson. My demeanor in the Hafiz debate was like I'm sitting there like this, like, okay, keep your composure, come in calm, don't be erratic, don't be surprised, act like you're here, act like you knew you were going to be here. So that's why you see the difference between the debate between Andrew Wilson and me versus the debate with Hafiz and I. I was completely like, okay, I need to be like, so I need to literally see and hear what's going on so I know what's going on. All right. In the Andrew Wilson debate, I was already ready to go. All right. Meaning that I knew it was him and I was anticipating somebody else to show up and I would have denied the interview. Now, let me give you another piece of information that people don't know. When I was invited to debate Andrew Wilson, I was told it was going to be pre-recorded. I was told it was going to be a pre-recorded interview. And I was like, okay, okay, we're going to do an interview. And I've seen on this channel, they've had pre-recorded interviews where they, like my first interview was pre-recorded. It was recorded about a month and a half or 2 months before it even appeared on this channel. So I said, okay, since it's pre-recorded, by the time this appears on the internet, I will be in Thailand. I'm going to be in Asia, so I'm not even going to be here in the United States by the time this video debuts, based on what I know from the last one. It took them.
Wow. Boy. Yeah, they trying to set him up like they did Kevin Samuels, man. And I ain't wishing nothing bad on Coach. I'm just saying, like, it don't smell good. It don't look good. Yeah, you definitely got to get caught up, MJ. It's kind of hard to kind of rehash everything I went through to kind of set it up, but just know, in long story short, that it seems like they're trying to set Coach Greg Adams up for something. I'm not sure. At this point, the only thing I can say is it seems like they're trying to set him up for failure as far as his success on YouTube or on Instagram or just in the space itself. And the sort of tactics that they're using, it smells like, they up to no good. Let's put it to you this way. So Yeah, man. So, I kind of now understand why it seems like Coach Greg Adams is sort of drifting or tipping his toe into the travel space more so because of these recent events. And so by me just reading what's going on, it seems like he's trying to draw some form of alliance with the travel space. And so, yeah, I'm not, that's just my read on it. And I could be wrong, you know what I mean? But it just seems like based off of this video here, we're gonna play it again to start the one we start off with the show. Um, we're gonna play this real quick and we'll let y'all, determine what y'all think of it. Let's go.
Most men are not going to be able to rally and unite to be able to head this off. You're not going to revoke the 19th Amendment because the women outvote you. It's not going to happen. These are all pipe dreams. Okay, these are all fantasies of loser males, the deaf, dumb, and blind males of America who have already lost the battles and the wars in which I tell you as a solution or a trade-off to protect yourself at this particular point. And I know you hope it would be not like that and you can gather together in some more communist mindset manifesto. You're not gathering together at all. Okay, you're not. You're not gathering together. I can't even gather together within a group of men that were supposed to support each other. And they're stabbing me in the back. All right, they're rejoicing. All right, they're trying to tap dance on what they perceive as a grade. We can't even stick together on this. Certainly, you can't believe that we're going to stick together and band together to stop the momentum of the feminists and the traditionalism and the social, cultural Marxists. You don't think we're going to stick together for that? Oh, clearly not. All right, the she-male hater group showing you that the villain is here to stay. And you can forget about banding together. Okay? You can't even band together now. Okay? You're trying to convince me to pull me to your side of fantasy where I stand on the front line as a foot soldier and get shot in the middle of my forehead, trying to tempt something that I already know is a fantasy. It's not going to happen. I'll be enjoying myself in a variety of countries, putting hands on hips of young women around the world. All right, that's where I'm going to be. I don't know where you're going to be, but that's where I'm going to be, and I'm going to love it. And watching you guys fight a battle that you can't win, bringing back traditionalism. The Christian fundamentalists are going to stop it. And I know you're going to say it's just New York. It's liberal New York, no big deal. But Gen Z women are on a rampage at this particular point.
There it is.
Men.
There you go. See? They didn't like that. They didn't like that statement. After this what I'm previewing today. This is a recap from the debate. And so he's telling you the background on how a lot of these things unfolded as it relates to his debates, as to in a lot of ways why he's traveling more so overseas. And we've all noticed this, right? And so it's becoming clearer to me that he's, and I've said this, I'm not trying to be a narcissist, but I've told you guys that, a couple of you guys that I'm cool with in the background that uh, I predict that he will join the Passport Bro movement. I predicted it. And so these occurrences only solidifies my point of view of it. You know what I mean? So it's clear that they don't like him. They're trying to, get at him some kind of way, whether it's, violently or whether it's publicly to try to defame him or dethrone him or whatever. But it's obvious that it is not clean. You know what I mean? And so I'm gonna let him play it because he's gonna give you some insight on how Andrew Wilson was acting after the debate. He was clear on how he was acting after the debate. Let's go.
Months for them to release the video because I think at the time they didn't think I was a big name, but it ended up being their most viewed video that they posted all month. Okay, so I'm looking before I leave for the stream. I'm doing my 5-hour stream. They text me. He texted me during the stream, the guy that runs the channel. And he said, Andrew Wilson wants to do it live.
Mm.
Okay, but I was doing my stream. I went over like 5.5 hours. All right. And so I didn't see the text. But I wrapped up my stream around 1:30, 1:45. I'm supposed to be at their studio at 2:45. So I only had a little bit of time to jump in the shower, prepare, wash up, all right, because I'm funky and sweating and musty from my stream. And they go, Andrew Wilson wants to do it live. And I was like, interesting. That wasn't the plan. The plan was to do it pre-recorded. And I was like, why does he want to do it live?
Again, y'all see that they trying to get him off guard. If you go back to the street, I'm giving y'all a pattern of behavior. Um, they trying to catch him off guard. They're trying to get him unprepared. They're trying to have hit him where he least expected. But to Coach Greg Adams' credit, he still was so sharp the way he still kicked his ass in the debate, despite all of the shenanigans. So again, shout out to the coach gang. He got the dub, regardless of how they did it.
But you know me, I'm not trying to be one of those asshole type of guy. What is this bullshit and be conspiratorial and say no? Because if I say no, at the time I'm doing my stream, I'm assuming they have the thumbnail up and prepared. I don't want to back. I don't want to back out of it, right? I'm like, damn,
Exactly.
I would look weird if I backed out of it
Exactly.
because they want to do it live. I'm like, it's already set. I'm already planning on going over there. I'm used to being on live, so I was like, I'll go and do it live. Then they were like, give me your stream keys. We're gonna host it on your channel.
Mm.
You're gonna host it on my channel?
Wow.
Why isn't it not gonna be hosted on the main people's channel? Why the people doing the interview? Why is it not gonna be hosted on their channel? So I'm like, are they trying to play me? Are they trying to humiliate me on my own channel? What we doing? So they want to host it. So I get there, I'm driving and they're texting me, but I typically are driving, so I don't drive and text too much because I drove my G wagon. I have a Porsche, so I'm not trying to drive and text with those cars. And but they're texting me, stream key, here's my producer, and this and that. So I go, interesting. They want to do it live. They're asking for my stream keys. So I get there. And I'm setting up the live stream on that laptop that you see the moderator on. Okay. You see the moderator with that laptop there. I'm putting my stream key in the laptop to host it on my channel. And Andrew Wilson says, I'm just going to mirror your live stream to my day. So at this point, I'm like, they have something planned. They they're trying to get on my own channel, and I don't know what's going on. I say, oh, I'm already there. What is this shit? The more I look like, I'm gonna be on the defensive. I'm gonna be on the defensive. So I'm like, whatever. Let's go. Put my stream key in. I made sure I signed out when I left. But put my stream key in. And they're like, y'all ready? So when the stream starts, because their producers are like, we're going to start the stream because in order for the stream to start, I have to press live on my channel, right? It doesn't go unless I go live on my channel. So what, if you guys don't know, when you set up a stream, um,
Can y'all hear me, man? They kicked me. My signal went out, man. Signal went out. Um, we're gonna continue with this stream here. So we're gonna do it from our cell phones. Let me know if everything's good, man. It looks like I'm coming through decently. But yeah, let's continue this here, man. Okay, good. Thank you, brother. Hey, let's get through it again.
All right. And I'm like, this is interesting, man. This is interesting. So I'm like, this doesn't make sense to me. It's weird, but I'm like, whatever. So I press live. That's why when you see it, the producer can't start the stream on his side unless I press live. So that's why the original posting, which is still on my channel, you see there's like 5 minutes of us sitting there. And you can hear us kind of talking. You can see us writing notes. I only wrote like 4 or 5 things on my paper because I was like, whatever. Okay, so it pops up the first couple of minutes of the unedited version, which I only have the unedited version. Okay. um, you can see us set up. You can see them setting up because they're trying to set it up so they can go live. So the producer's like, you guys are live. They can see you. They can hear you. At that point, I didn't think they could hear me. This is why there's a conversation between me and Andrew Wilson. You can see the demeanor. He's not attacking me. Okay, he's not in his character yet. So he's laughing, we're jovial. That's how we were the first 30 minutes. We were not in the green room, we were kind of in the room before we get in the studio. And we were jovial, we were laughing, we were homeboys. He was like, yeah. And we were talking about the suit. He was saying he doesn't look good wearing suits, right? We were laughing and chuckling, and we were talking about this. And as soon as we get where we go, we're going live. Okay, let's start the debate. He switched.
Mm.
He switched up. He got into character. Okay, which is normal. Any profession does this. You know, I've been in college basketball. That's what happens. You're laughing at you're at center court before the game, and you laughing and sniggling, and then they pressing you the whole game and up 30.
There it
All
is.
right, and you're like, damn, y'all niggas, yo, I thought we were friends, and you pressing the whole game. All right, humiliating me.
Exactly.
But he got into character. If you watch it, it's still on my channel. He wasn't like that when we were live, but we weren't active. But so he went full game face. Because before, when we were live, if you watch it, he's talking about he has a hat on, which that hat was pivotal. It shows how frustrated he was. Angry Man talked about this, is that he kept messing with that hat. All right. But, you know, when the debate started, the moderator asked one question in the debate. He asked one question, which is this is not a debate. So in a typical debate, you're not, if you have a moderator, I'm expecting the moderator to ask a question and then we address it and then we move on. That's how I'm expecting the debate to go. But now the person's asking me questions back and forth and the moderator saying nothing. I'm like, okay, this is interesting. This is no longer a debate. This is like, I'm going to attack you, you're going to attack me. All right, I'm going to ask you questions and you got to be under the pressure of me asking you questions. I'm like, okay, we didn't prepare for any of that. We didn't prepare for any of that. Nobody told me that that's how it was going to run. So I had no clue that it was just going to be this back and forth. And he was going to, what's this? And what is this? We never discussed this. And so it's going on and I'm just adapting. Right? I'm assuming they might have discussed it because they were there before I got there. I was told to get there at 2:45 and they were already there. In fact, you probably didn't see that part, but there was a guy that was his manager that was doing an interview before we did our debate. Right, so he was already doing the show, the interview. You wouldn't have seen that part, but by the way, his manager was sitting over here. All right, so where Andrew Wilson's sitting and where I'm sitting right here. His manager's sitting probably about 6 to 8 steps on my side. Okay. So he's sitting like right here. Andrew Wilson sitting there. The moderator's here. I'm here. He's sitting like 6 to 8 steps right here. All right. And he's texting on his phone the whole time. And what I'm assuming is what they do is they sign into these bot accounts and they start attacking. So but I think what he said, and I think Andrew Wilson was trying to mirror the debate, but I think he also was signaling to his audience that there was going to be a show. Like, come on in, we're going to do a show. Like, because remember, he can't start his stream until I start my stream. So his audience doesn't know there's going to be a stream. So he's got to go onto wherever his Discord is or his Crucible group is. They got to go set it up over there. So he's like this in his phone. You could probably see it before we're about to start the show. He's got to go in there and tell his people and his bot chat people that he gonna be over here, come in deep, because we got CGA. Now I think I posted it on YouTube, community, and locals. That's where I posted it. So, but I was able to do that. And I was still waiting for him to finish up because he was like, "Oh, I'm struggling to set up the mirroring and all of that stuff." Oh, and I think also what happened was he said as he was setting it up, his Samsung phone went through some sort of update, so he had to wait. That's what also happened. He was like, "Oh, my phone wants to update, so we gotta wait." So that's why if you see my stream, you see there's a delay of us starting. So he had his manager, his Samsung phone's updating. He was like, we gotta wait till my phone updates so I can post the stream on my channel.
Hey, let me know if everything is coming through clear. My signal look like it's bad. I hope y'all able to get the gist of what's going on. Let me know if y'all catching the gist of what's going on. MJ said this is crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy, bro. It's definitely crazy, bro. Yeah, okay, good. We're gonna play a little bit more, man. Fair use. Um, let's get it, man. Damn, bro. Yo. Okay, good. Thank you, bro. Let me know. Thank you for letting me know.
He says right here, it's a pure waste of my time. My bag went up. My bag ain't go down. I still got the same. So that was the whole thing. And then when he got his game face on, and then he switched up and he started going in, and I was like, here we are. This is what we. And so, I did see him out there chain smoking a couple times with his manager, and they were talking and meeting, and then they did that after the stream. After the stream ended, I'm giving y'all background information. Plus, I'm holding up their stream over there. All right, because how many viewers do they got over there? I can't really tell. All right, what I'm trying to do is keep my viewers higher than theirs. All right, are they still on over there? He said he kept saying, "Calm down." Yeah. Oh, by the way, another bit of information. I was going to be on Fresh and Fit. The interview. Here's another. This is shit. I don't know behind the scenes.
See, the guy with you. Remember that video I just played? The clip of him saying that we're come together. Y'all all of this shit in the Manosphere. Like, look, it's getting thick and shit, bro. It's some shit behind that has been going on. And some of these guys were in also taken seriously. So it's a lot of guerrilla warfare, bro. But I'm gonna let it, man. I'm gonna let him. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Let's go.
So this is why I actually had a JUCO. I had a JUCO because I was me to be in Las Vegas. and they put me and then
Damn, man. Yeah, we're gonna wait up for a minute. We're gonna wait for a minute. Up and down, up and down. All right, we back, man. We back, 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 we back. I think it don't look like my damn mic is on. I'm in a bad area, man. My signal is really bad here in West Virginia. It's really bad. I'm trying my best, guys. Just kind of be patient with me a little bit. I want to just continue this. It's not much longer to it. If I start back driving, we'll just only hear the audio. But I wanted y'all to see at least a little bit of video from where I'm getting this information from. Um, the video, you can go to CGA's channel and get the full live stream. I just wanted to preview just parts of it. I wanted to preview just parts of it. So I'm gonna get ready to probably start back driving here. And so we're gonna play the audio, guys. Be patient with me. We're gonna play a little bit more of the live on audio so that y'all can get the gist of what's going on here. All right. I can start back driving. Let's go.
Fresh messaged me. He's like, "We're gonna be in Las Vegas. Come to the show on Monday." And I was like, "Dude, I'm doing this debate with Andrew Wilson. He knew about this." And he was like, "I know." Oh, another bit of information.
Wow. So Fresh and Fit already knew he was doing a debate, but they was trying to basically trying to keep him busy. You know what I mean? Like, overlap his podcasts and debate. You know, trying to just overload him essentially. That's what it sounded like to me. It sounded like Fresh and Fit again was in on this because they knew that he had a debate, but they was trying to get him to do a show. And he had also live streamed. But I'm gonna let him finish this up, man. Let's go, bro.
Another bit of information. Another bit of information. The guy that's the host of the show. The guy that's the host of the show. So remember, I got my stream, my 5-hour stream. I'm gonna do the debate with Andrew Wilson. Then I'm gonna go over to Fresh and Fit. All right. And I was at the gym, and the guy that does the stream that we were on the debate, he goes to my gym. I didn't know this. That was the first time I saw him. But I was working in a little work area, workstation, and I saw him walk by. And I was like,
See? Following you, dog. They were following you, man. Hey, they was following him, man, because that was the first time he ever seen him. In my opinion, I think they was following you, bro. Jeez, man.
sure. And he was like, "Oh, what's up, CGA?" He gave me that. He's like 6'6". So if you see a picture of us, he's 6'6", and I'm 5 foot, damn near a foot shorter than him. And so um, he sees me. He's like, "What's up?" And he was like, "We still good for our debate?" I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "You're gonna go on Michael Sertain afterwards, right?"
Now, the guy that hosted the debate is telling him you're going on a whole new podcast, not the Fresh and Fit, but are you going? He asking him, you are going to this other podcast, but he had already agreed to go to the Fresh and Fit after the so-called debate. Again, they trying to mix him up, trying to catch him off schedule. Are they trying? Listen, man, are they trying to set this dude up, man? Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Is they trying to set him up? Cause dude just hit him up before the debate after he agreed to the Andrew Wilson debate, addressed him at the gym, like, yeah, you know what I mean? You're gonna be going on so and so's debate, right? I mean panel, right? And CGA was like, what? You know what I mean? Like what? They trying to catch him off guard, bro. Yeah, they trying to catch him slipping, bro. Dude, he never seen dude at the gym, but all of a sudden before the debate, he see this guy that's hosting the debate at the gym. All right? This shit wild, man. This wild, bro. Go ahead, CJ.
I'm gonna go on who? Yes. That's what he said to me in the gym, probably the weekend before. That had to be like Thursday or Friday. Thursday or Friday. And I'm debating Andrew Wilson on Monday. I'm supposed to go on Fresh Fit after uh, the debate with Andrew Wilson. So my whole Monday's tied up. And I said, I don't know anything about Michael Sartain. I don't know anything about Michael Sartain. What are you talking about? So I was like, yeah, I'm going on Michael Sartain. Now, if you guys don't know, the studio Fresh and Fit uses in Las Vegas, Michael Sartain uses that studio too.
See? There it is. They playing him. They trying to set him up, man. It's definitely suspect, bro. It's all suspect. Like it don't it ain't looking good. It's almost like they trying to set him up for something that ain't copacetic, bro. It ain't kosher. That's just my opinion of the situation. I'm sure Coach Greg Adams he got some self awareness. He kind of it seemed like he picking it up, but something ain't right about it. Let's just put it that way. We don't know what their intention is, but it does look like it ain't something ain't clean in the milk, bro.
All right, so Michael Sartain is buddy with Rollo Tomassi.
Uh
Rollo
oh.
Tomassi.
So the Patrick Surtain guy is buddy with Rollo Tomasi, and Rollo Tomasi is the big adversary of Coach Greg Adams. They've been beefing for years. But Fresh and Fit is cool with Rollo Tomasi. Fresh and Fit is also sharing a studio with the Michael Surtain guy, and they trying to confuse CGA on which podcast he's going to be doing after the Andrew Wilson, who, by the way, is connected to Rollo Tomasi and the rest of them guys. They're trying to trip him up, overload him with all these different damn obligations, and it just, it just some ain't right, bruh. You know what I mean? So I'm just giving commentary on what I think is going on, guys. Let's go.
Believe lives in Nevada too, but not in Las Vegas. Michael Sartain, I believe, lives in Nevada too. Oh, Las Vegas. Michael Sartain lives in Las Vegas. I've seen him once at a strip club. He won't tell you that, but yeah.
Oh man.
So I was like, So I text Fresh right away. I was like, hey, Fresh, am I still coming on the show on Monday? Yeah.
What?
And I said, who am I going to be on the show with? Who am I going to be on the show with?
Wow.
Now, didn't hear from him. He was responding immediately, like Fresh normally does. He was responding immediately, but when I asked who was going to be on the show, he didn't respond. I was like,
Oh, Fresh didn't respond. Fresh didn't respond after you asked him who was going to be on the show. It sounds like what you had to deal with the Hafiz situation. They set you up with that. They tried to set you up with the Andrew Wilson thing by saying it was a pre-recorded, and then they turned around and said, "Nah, Andrew Wilson wants to do it a live stream to try to catch you on guard." Then they asked you for your page keys, your live stream keys, so you could stream it on your shit, not on the hostess stuff, right? And then Fresh Fit all of a sudden want to do a damn podcast with you, and then this host that you're doing with the debate on, he's hitting you with asking you about a Michael Sertan guy, and are you going on his show? Again, it just sounds like they're trying to confuse you. It sounds like they're trying to open dope, rope a dope you, and catch you off guard. It sounds like they're trying to catch you in a moment where you're not prepared and try to embarrass you on bigger platforms. So his homeboy, Fresh, who by the way is part of the Manosphere, is not even telling him who he gonna be on the show with, and not only that, he ain't even answering him if he when he asked him the question. Let's go.
this is getting weird, right? This is interesting. So then later on, I think I go back home from the gym, and I go back home from the gym, and Fresh texts me, or I
Uh
think he's texted or called me, and he was like, "Yo, what's up, CGA?" I was like, "What's up?" By the way, Fresh Walter, the way I got on this debate was originally from Fresh. So Fresh
oh.
introduced me to Shawn Michael. Michael interviews me, and then Shawn Michael sets up the debate with Andrew Wilson. So all of this originated with Fresh.
Oh.
So I said, Fresh. So Fresh contacts me. He calls me. He FaceTimes me.
So black man setting up the black man. Oh man, it all starting to make a little sense, folks. Let's go.
He was like, "Yo, CGA, what's up? What's up?" He's in the studio with, and he was like, "Look who I'm with." He's in the studio with Tommy Sotomayor.
Mm.
He's in the studio with Tommy Sotomayor. So he shows Tommy Sotomayor to me on the phone. And I was like, "Oh shit." I was like, "What's up, Tommy?" And Tommy knew who I was. He was like, "What's up, CGA?" So this behind the scenes shit where people say they don't know who people are is a bullshit. So Tommy Sotomayor knew me right away. He was like, "Yo, what's up, CGA?" And Tommy Sotomayor, we had messaged each other on Twitter, but I don't check them. I don't check the messages. And Tommy Sotomayor about 6 months ago was like, "Yeah, let's do a collab." All right. So I was like, "Yeah, man." And then he was like, "Yo, I got my YouTube channel back." I was like, "Good, man. Congratulations. Shout out to you. You a legend." And then I said, "Yeah, let's get together." I was like, "Where do you live?" And blah, blah, blah. And then Fresh connected me and Tommy Sotomayor. But before I got off the chat with Fresh, I said, "Who's going to be on the show with me when you come to Las Vegas?"
Yo, what up with you, Cortez? So y'all can't hear? Cortez said he can't hear. Can anybody else hear the story? Put a one in the chat. Let me know if you can hear the story. MJ said he hear it. Maybe it's something on your end, Cortez. Turn your okay. Okay, you gotta. I don't know. You may have to turn it up or something. I'm not sure, but MJ, can you hear Coach Greg Adams' story clearly? Man, to catch this was on the playback, Cortez. Let's go.
And then he talks to Myron. He said, "Myron, who's going to be on the show with us?" Me and CGA. Myron goes, "I don't know, just CGA." So remember, I heard Michael Sertain. So I'm trying to see what they say, right? Is Michael Sertain going to show up? So Myron's like, just CGA. Now, again, just so you guys know, we've done this before in Vegas, and it was just
Hold on just a minute. Let's just do something like this. All right, let's go. See if you can hear it better now.
So, I'm trusting that it's just going to be me again and nobody else. But I also heard Shawn Michaels say you're going to go on Michael Sertain. All right, so I'm just trying to clear it up. Okay, I'm just trying to clear shit up. But they were kind of like, just you and see, just you. So I was like, all right, cool. All right, I got your word. I got your word, man to man. So back to Monday. I do my 5 hour stream. I shower, get in the shower. I do the debate, which is live. Debate. I'm supposed to go over the fresh and fit. But normally what they do is they text me. And I come in, sometimes I was here. They go, I go back home. It was so debate was no. What happened? I didn't hear from my right.
So Fresh and Fit, I mean, Fresh sounds like he's setting up CGA for whatever. It sounds like Fresh is the corporate of this setup because initially Fresh is the one that set him up with this debate with Andrew Wilson, and they got Tommy Sotomayor, which I just Tommy is he can't easy for him to goddamn sell out. I see, I actually see, man. He said they definitely dirty macking. Yeah, they definitely dirty macking, bro. They doing something. They doing something, bro. Somebody ain't cleaning the milk, bro. And all of a sudden, Thomas Sotomayor, he got his YouTube back and all this. Like, these people are connected, bro. Dirty mocking. I'm sorry, I could barely see it. Yeah, they definitely connected, and they definitely know how to get this boy back on YouTube. And again, let's go back to it. Thomas Sotomayor had a problem with Kevin Samuels, and then Fresh and Fit was playing like they was on the team of Kevin Samuels, but they was also competing with Kevin Samuels. And now they're having to compete against CGA as well. That's what it sounds like. They want to knock off somebody that's a potential competitor. You know? So they trying to sabotage his whole movement, basically. Let's go, man.
And then when I got home after the Andrew Wilson debate, I basically just pulled up. I had to download the stream from my work computer in my office so I can clip it. And so then I put it in my Opus clip, and I immediately put a clip out, a short. And my son messages me. He was like, "Damn, they on your head in the comment section." Right? So my son texts me on Snapchat. He was like, "They on your head in the comment section. What happened?" My son didn't see the debate. He just saw that there was a stream, and then he looks in the comments, and then all of Andrew Wilson's people is just on my neck. He was like, "What happened?" So I'm like, "What?" I didn't see any comments. I haven't seen anything. I was just downloading the stream, feeding Nova, and ready to go over the fresh. Um, but so I'm like, "What's going on?" He was like, "Damn, they on your neck, bro. They on your neck." And I was like, "What?" And so I go, "What?" I go look down the stream to pull it down and download it. And I'm looking at the comments, and I was like, "Oh shit." Then my mom was talking to someone else that knows me, and she was like, "Yo, somebody said you was in a debate," and she was like, "It's out of control." So my mom's texting me.
Oh shit.
She was like, "What's happening?" She was like, "What is going on?" So my mom's texting me because the person that knows me is watching the debate. My neighbor, a couple houses down, is watching the debate. He knew about the debate before me because he knows Sean Michael Kelly. So my son is like, "What the fuck? They on your head?" My mom is like, "What's happening? What happened?" And I'm in the middle of like a big stream everybody's going to be chopping up for the next couple of weeks. So I'm like, what's going on? But I'm just trying to get over to feed my dog and change my clothes and download the stream so I could go see Fresh. But what happened was I downloaded the stream. Then I'm looking at a couple of comments. The first 5 or 10 comments, I was like, oh shit, on my channel. I was like, damn, they going in. So I was like, I'm texting my son. I'm like, damn, they going in. This is crazy. So I was like, all right, but I don't got time, right? So I'm trying to, get dressed. But then I look at Fresh and Fit's channel, and it's another nigga on the stream.
Oh, so instead of having CGA not communicating with CGA, they put somebody else in his place. Check. Y'all, is it getting clear to you now? You see why they canceled him? I see why he put this up on his community tab now. It looks like they're trying to cancel him out of their movement. And again, it looks like you know what I mean, that they trying to, get them a yes man. They put another ninja up there. That's right. That's right. They put up another ninja in his place. Didn't communicate with him. They supposed to be homeboys, but then they replaced him like that, bro, with no communication. With no communication, folks. Check. Am I off? Am I, am I off on this, guys? I don't know, man. It's just something not right, bro. Something ain't right, man. Let's go, man.
Right? So there's another guy on their channel at the time. I don't know who the guy was, but it was like 200 people watching. And so I looked. I said, I guess I'm not on the show.
That's how he found
I
out.
guess I'm not on the show because I see another dude and they're interviewing him. So I was like, I guess they started without me. I don't know what happened. They didn't message me. So I was like, I guess the rest of the night is off.
So remember, y'all, that studio that they're live streaming from is in Vegas and it's shared by essentially Coach Greg Adams' ops. And Fresh and Fit is trying to play like an ally when in reality they're an op too, in guerrilla warfare clothes. Let's go.
And so then I go back and like, okay, let me edit it on my streaming the clips, Opus clips. So the 1 or 2 clips that I show from the stream is literally from Opus clips. All right. And I'm literally like, okay, I downloaded it and I put one up and it ended up being the one that you see or 1 or 2 that you see. So that was the end of the night. And I was like, okay, I don't got no Juco. I had somebody, but I told them no. But then I was like, okay, I'm here. So now I'm like, what's going on in the comment section? So I got to go in the comment section to see what's up. And I'm like, oh, man, this is crazy. I've seen a lot of bot comments. They going in on my head. They got comments with 50 likes on it. This is like right when I'm driving home. I'm like 25 minutes away. I'm like, yo, this is unbelievable. This is unreal. Like, damn, man, on my own channel, right?
Wow.
But my mom's texting me too. And I was like, well, the person she was talking to said, I won. All right. So the person that she knew that was watching me, they was like, oh, he said you were doing good. Okay. So I was like, okay. So I didn't know who won or lost at that point. I know I didn't lose. I never was thinking that I lost at that point. But I lost. I thought I won.
All right, we back, we back, we back. Sorry about that, guys, on the delay. Had to go through one of those tunnels through the mountain with no signal. Hope the sound is back good. Let's continue with the Coach Greg Adams recount on the debate. Let's go.
And I'm just holding their stream hostage over there just so we can show the numbers. I got more numbers than them. My mom works for me, so she helped me write my first book. All right, she did a lot of the transcribing of the first Creative Lifestyle, so she's in on what I'm doing. So she don't really listen to me. She ain't watching the streams, but she knows what I say, and she knows that she's part of the business. So my son and my mom are part of the business. All
Wow.
right, I pay them and I employ them, and so they know what's up. So my mom is really helpful. Right, she does a lot of work and tasks for me, and she helps around the house. And when I'm away, she's house sitting and shit like this. So she's helpful. She's very, very helpful. But I didn't tell you this. At the end of the stream, Andrew Wilson debate.
Oh, here we go.
Andrew Wilson and them, his manager, immediately leaves.
Immediately
Now,
leave.
this is, of course, probably 10 minutes after I said his wife got a high body count. So he
Uh-oh.
probably steaming. He probably steaming. So they get up, immediately leave. I don't see them at all. I don't hear from them. I don't see them. And I'm in the studio with the host guy. And he was like, normally he's like, let's take a picture. And the host guy, he's a young dude. So he was like, you did good. You know, he ain't really taking sides. I think he was more pro Andrew Wilson. So, but he didn't take a sides. He was like, you did good.
Y'all hold just a minute again. Bad signal here in West Virginia. Sorry about that, guys. All right, let's go.
But his manager, Andrew Wilson's manager, leaves and they go outside. So I'm talking and I was like, where'd they go? But I got my gun in my pocket. I got my
Uh-oh.
suit on.
Uh-oh.
And then I grab a water and I walk outside. Right? I walk outside. And then before I walk outside, I could see them standing there and it's dark. So they're standing outside right where the door is. So I got to open the door right on them. And then
Uh-oh. Yeah, we got bad signal out here, y'all. I'm sorry about that. I wanted to get this off to y'all, but I'm gonna let y'all listen to the rest of the story.
Wilson over there chain smoking like this. All right, he like this. He back over there. He's a chain smoker. He a chain smoker, like smoking like a chimney. Like I seen him out there 3 times, right, at the time that I knew him. So he a chain smoker. He can't stop motherfucking smoking. All right, he be wired up. So I see him. I walk outside. I open the door and I do this with my suit. I go, and I'm not looking at them. They standing right here. So I open the door and I stand out there and I look at my G wagons parked right here. And I go, and then I look over and I say, we can do this again anytime.
Oh.
I don't shake their hand. I don't extend my hand.
Oh, he donned him up. He put the Bossellini on him. He put the Bossellini on him, folks. He said he had to adjust his suit, turn his head towards him and say, hey, yo, we could do this again if you like. So the coach Leany went straight mob tied on him. Oh, man. Can y'all hear it? Y'all, hey, let me know if y'all can hear this stream, bro. Did y'all hear it? Did y'all hear that? Y'all let me know. Let me know. Let me know. He said, hey, he said, we could do this again if you want. Now, here's the thing, though. This stream, and I'm saying this is a very important stream because
That debate fueled Speak Easy to come to my stream yesterday. And Speak Easy is one of Andrew Wilson's boys. Okay? I want y'all to understand something now. Speak Easy is connected to Andrew Wilson. And they came to your boy Bama shit to debate me, bruh. He requested a debate. And guess what? Guess what? He was supposed to have hit me up about what time he was going to go on today to debate me on this religion shit, and he never hit me up. Check. Because you know why? He got his ass smashed yesterday on my debate. One of the underlings of the Andrew Wilson. Nah, I ain't no big shot. I ain't no big YouTuber, and neither is Speak Easy. I'm just saying he's a strong follower of Andrew Wilson, and all of them people are in the blood sport of debates. And maybe he's one of these smaller channels for those blood sport debates. And let's not kid ourselves. All of this stuff is even connected to the Charlie Kirk thing. They going around debating people on these social issues. And so he, I guess, pulled up on me yesterday and tried to catch me off guard, and he got that work put to him. And he got the work put to him in my rusty form. Check. Let's go, coach.
I just did like this, like I won. I gave him this. I was like, I had my suit on. I was suited.
Yeah.
Clean shoes, suited, custom fit.
Yeah.
I gave him this.
Yeah.
I said, we can do this anytime.
Anytime.
Just let me know.
Anytime. And guess what? I did your boy the same way when he came to my shit. And he caught me off guard, essentially. I didn't expect no Speak Easy and his crowd to come to my stream yesterday. I didn't expect that, but they came. And 5 of his people subscribed to my channel. And so, guess what? They're going to be out on the watch. I'm not saying that I'm going to be some big YouTube celebrity and that I'm just such some important guy. I'm just saying that I'm being watched. So what? I'm going to be a boss regardless. Let's go, coach.
Their vibe was like, fuck you, nigga.
Ooh.
Right? Because they didn't even respond. They didn't say, okay. They didn't say, fuck you, nigga. They didn't say, you bitch, nigga, why you calling my wife? They didn't say nothing. And I knew then, I didn't stand there that long. I went, we could do this again anytime. Let me know. And then I walked off. And I got my G-Wagon. Vroom! You know them niggas was steaming. Nigga got the G-Wagon. They out there smoking. I gave him that boss shit.
There you have it. There you have it, folks. Coach Greg Adams put it out there to let y'all know what was popping. Is it clear to y'all now? Yeah, it's all connected, man. It's all connected, MJ. And listen, they've been riffing at Coach Greg Adams for a long time. They've been kind of upset with him for a while. I didn't want to say that, but yeah, that's what it sounds like. I mean, when you look at the trend, any competitor to them, they gonna keep an eye out on it. You know what I'm saying? And when you look at how they did Kevin Samuels, it just was out of the blue. You know what I'm saying? They befriended him. You know what I mean? But they had also people in the background working against him. All the detractors, all of the, the folks that were saying what they were saying, propagandists, They was working against Kevin Samuels. Why? Because they was envious of the popularity. Check. So
Mike, y'all. Uh, it all makes sense on as to why we're seeing CGA travel overseas. We starting to see it, right? He said he was gonna be in Thailand. Guess what, CGA? I'm gonna be in Thailand. You feel me? I'm gonna be in Thailand. What up, though? You know what I'm saying? Chill. See? Hey, I had a little small one to come to my channel trying to debate me. He took that whipping though. He took him one. You know what I mean? Listen, I don't acquiesce to nobody's thoughts. I create my own thoughts, I create my own conclusions, and I say what the fuck I want to say. All right, I'm a free man out here. You know what I mean? And free men do travel. And in this course of work, we travel the path that we choose to travel. My daddy told me a long time ago before I even, stepped outside the house to become a grown ass man. Let me hold on for a minute because it looks like my sound's gonna be breaking up. Hold on. I'm back, y'all. My dad told me a while back, when I was getting out of high school 27 years ago, he said, every man has to go in the forest and cut out their own path. And you can't walk another man's path. I never forget them words that my dad uttered to me before I stepped out to become a grown ass man. And I'm not going to allow nobody to box me in, tell me what I should think, tell me how I should talk. I'm going to express myself and I'm going to exhaust that amendment is freedom of expression. I'm a free fucking man. And so I do align with Coach Greg Adams as it relates to being a free agent. Well, the terminology is different, but the idea is similar. You know what I mean? I'm a free man. He's a free agent. Got it. Right? But you got to stand on 10 toes, bro. You know what I'm saying? I've been dealing with these people in this system and all of that shit for at least 23 years of my life, dog. I've been in the trenches. I've been in the lion's den. I've been in the fiery furnace. I've done it. So it's no intimidation. You know what I mean? When you have these ops to come in, you gotta be ready to stand on whatever it is you say you believe. You gotta stand on that shit. And so if they cast you out from amongst them and all of that shit, hey, it's for the better. To be honest with you, you know, it's really for the better. So if you planning on coming into the travel space, yo, align yourself with guys that just mature. You know what I mean? And you got plenty of guys that's mature. You ain't gonna you ain't gotta align yourself. And I'm sure he's not. He's a 50-year-old man. He ain't immature. He got self awareness. Y'all hold on, man. All right, I'm back, bro. I'm back. I'm sorry about the going in and out thing, guys. Pause. But yeah, it's real out here in the field, man. In these trenches, bro. And you gotta recognize when things seem to be a setup or seem to be not clear or clean. You know what I'm saying? Do you think Kevin was set up? Yeah, he was set up. He was definitely set up. He was definitely set up. I mean, no doubt, without a shadow of a doubt. By whom? I mean, um, we could draw our own conclusions. We don't have like concrete evidence of it. However, though, there are some unclean players in that game. And for whatever reason, we would never know that part. However, we do know that something was not right with that whole situation. We know this. So you can pass it off like, yeah, man, Kevin Samuels just had a whole lot of people that didn't like him, and it could have been anybody. Or, he passed away because of his own devices and all that other shit. Nah, 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 nah. It's some people that was involved with that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't even remember what happened. I think she was from Texas or some shit like that. I'm not sure. Nobody really knows. They could have told us anything. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. So any of us that's out here on YouTube, it's probably best that we just keep a low profile. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of thankful that I'm not one of these bigger YouTubes, and all of that. A lot of it is probably a blessing in disguise, because once you become big and all of that, that's when they get into investigation mode and try to expose you and all of that stuff. Yeah, it's it come with a price, man. You got envious people. It's really about money, and once you start to cutting into those big wigs' pockets, that's when things get kind of dicey. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely safety in it. I'm here at the weigh station, man, trying to get my weight. I know I'm good, but yeah, man. Yeah, this whole situation with Coach Greg Adams is something to watch, to keep an eye on. Um, y'all heard it from here on my intake on it, or my take on it. It just don't sit right. I'm even looking at his delivery in that particular video. I'm looking at the fact that, of course he's at home, he's comfortable, but I'm looking at he's wearing a hoodie, and obviously it's something else behind it, and he don't really want to say. He don't want to tip his hand as to his thoughts on the matter, but obviously he knows something is not right. It's obvious he knows that uh that these people after him, because why he brought a gun with him to that debate. You know what I'm saying? And so him being in Vegas, there are possibilities, and we've seen a couple people that we know of being taken care of in Vegas. Okay, let's keep it all in mind that Vegas has a pretty much a history of guys that are famous and all of that or whatever having issues with certain people and then they get knocked off. You know what I'm saying? And so I really don't want to. I don't really want to. I don't really want to say what I want to say. I guess y'all catch the drift of what I'm saying, right? Coach Greg Adams he knows what's going on, and again, there are other blanks that hasn't been filled, and so he's guarded. You know, he's definitely guarded. You know what I mean? He is definitely guarded, man. And so who knows what he signed up for, you know what I mean, to get him to where he's at. Because again, you know, he blew up during the COVID year, you know what I'm saying? And he's told people this. And how he got a chance to blow up, I'm not saying his content is not good enough to blow up, in which, you know, I do believe that he's a great content creator. I mean, he made excellent points. He's well prepared. He has great topics. He's articulate. He's entertaining. And I was a strong follower of his, you know what I'm saying? Until I sort of branched off and really focused on my own channel. You know, I started to really try to focus on that and try to get my shit bigger. Pause. But yeah, I see what's going on, man. You know what I mean? I'm definitely not asleep at the wheel. And I'm just hoping that the brother stays safe, man, and you know, kind of keep his head and eyes on the swivel. And just pretty much stay away from those podcasts. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I wouldn't even take those risks anymore, to be honest with you. I just stay away from that altogether. You know what I mean? And to add, I would leave them JUCO girls alone that's in the United States. Because you can easily be set up with your own device. And we all know that his device is those junior college snow bunnies. Now, like I said earlier in the stream, that's one of the points of contentions that they have with Coach Greg Adams, because he's knocking off those pink toes, those young pink toes. And those white Christian conservatives don't like the fact that he's destroying their model of a good housewife. Okay? Their viewpoint is, you're going in and out sampling our little innocent snow bunnies, you know what I'm saying? And you're tainting them with this pay for play game, and we want to stop you at all costs about that there. You know what I mean? That's the reality of it, right? And so they gonna definitely, you know what I mean, try any means necessary to stop you. Those are the facts. Okay? Oh man, yeah, man, yeah. It is what it is, man. I'm just trying to be truthful with the matter. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to be truthful with the matter, man. Y'all hold tight. We about to get ready to go through another tunnel through the mountain. All right, we back, man. Sorry about that again, guys. Going through some rough patches and also went through a mountain. Oh, man, man, man. It's it's definitely a lot going on in these YouTube streets, and I would definitely say for the larger part of this manosphere, in which there are different subgroups within the manosphere, and it seems like all of these subgroups have a lot of riff, a lot of quarreling, a lot of fighting, a lot of back and forth for supremacy, or fighting for power of direction of the said subgroup. You have this going on within all of these groups, man. The red pill is fighting, the passport bros are fighting. You know what I'm saying? MGTOW, blue pill, black pill, green pill, all these pills, they all fighting, man. And then y'all wondering why these women are becoming supreme over us, bro. Again, it's just like Coach Greg Adams said, um, there ain't no damn coming together, man. There ain't no coming together, man. Again, that's why I've labeled myself as a free man, largely because of that. You know what I'm saying? Largely because of that. We're gonna let Coach Greg Adams uh, state this again.
Are not going to be able to rally and unite to be able to head this off. You're not going to revoke the 19th Amendment because the women outvote you. It's not going to happen. These are all fantasies of loser males, the deaf, dumb, and blind males of America who have already lost the battles and the wars, in which I tell you as a solution or a trade-off to protect yourself at this particular point. And I know you hope it would be not like that, and you could gather together in some more communist mindset manifesto. You're not gathering together at all. Okay, you're not. You're not gathering together. I can't even gather together within a group of men that were supposed to support each other, and they're stabbing me in the back. All right,
There it is that they stabbing him in the back. He said it. Backstabbers. Okay? He just said it. Straight up backstabbers, man. It reminds me when I came up with the term with my homeboy, free men. I wanted to join another organization and I don't want to mention it here on YouTube. Y'all can catch my drift. I wanted to join them and I went to my granddad and all of that. And my granddad even said, no, son, you don't want to do that. Which prompted me to have a conversation with my homeboy, in which I thought he was already part of the group, but he told me or suggested to me to start my own group and be free of the quote unquote corporate uh, status quo organizations or big wig organizations and be a free man. He the one coined the term that I have adopted, free man. He said, you got to be a free man, man. And that was about 7 years ago. And it resonates even to this very day. Largely because of a situation like this that we're previewing. It doesn't it just doesn't make sense to really join big groups like that. Because what you're gonna find, even some of you that may have gone on these groups, passport bro groups and all of that, a lot of them you see a whole lot of bullshit going on. You see a lot of cattiness, beta male behavior, she males, right? You see a lot of that going on over some of the most pettiest um things or preferences. You just see a lot of bullshit, and I think that it's largely because some people have been planted inside of these groups to sort of derail the actual movement. And so those people are stirring up situations to get people knocked off, man, or severely hurt. And so you got to keep your circle uh, just tight, man. There's a lot of people that claim they in your corner, but they're really not in your corner like that. So you just gotta sort of be leery and not just drop your guard like you're not aware of what's going on. You know? So yeah, man, shout out to Coach Greg Adams, man. As a content creator to a fellow content creator, we just gotta be sort of not even optimistic about whatever it is we're trying to convey or the messages we're trying to convey. We have to definitely be pessimistic because we should expect negative outcomes essentially. There is not going to be any sort of massive movement in these male spaces, bro. It's not going to happen. They don't want it to happen. And if they do want it to happen, there's a certain way they want it to happen. And they want it to look a certain way when it does happen or if it happens. And that's just the way it is. We're just a bunch of pawns in the YouTube game. And they can control who they want to get big, large, and all of that. And they know who they want to get viral and all of that shit. All these people are just industry people, man. And so I'm not claiming that Greg Adams or Coach Greg Adams is a industry dude or he has been kicked out the industry. But from the sound of it, it looks that way. Check. It just appears that way. And I could be wrong. I could be wrong. But it just ain't something ain't right with it. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, guys, definitely appreciate y'all for coming through. Appreciate y'all for being on for these 2 hours. Hope that this stream was substantive and you was able to get some out of it. Maybe you didn't come across this video or whatever or audio that I played from Coach Greg Adams to shed light to the background of that debate. You know what I'm saying? And so it is what it is. Hope that he stays safe. Hope that he just stay away from these kind of people and just be independent. Be a free man. Be a free agent, as you said you are. Continue to keep pushing your message. Continue to keep doing what you're doing, but don't be trying to get these co-signers, bro. You know what I'm saying? Don't even do it. You know? Yeah, you got to point it out, but again, some people use content creators as guinea pigs to keep themselves safe. You know what I'm saying? We are the voice of the voiceless. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Absolutely. And he knows how to move within that realm. He can still be a subcontractor to such an agency. And Coach Greg Adams is someone that may not want to acquiesce completely with the program. And so he flustered one of their own. And that guy did not like the way that he handled him on that debate. He rather wanted Coach Greg Adams to submit to the industry. And Greg Adams, probably got, I wouldn't say selfish, but he probably looked at it as yo, I did this basically on my own to this point, and I'm not going to acquiesce or capitulate to your wishes. And so he embarrassed his ass. You know what I'm saying? He embarrassed him in the debate, and dude got really pissed at the fact that Coach Greg Adams talked about the body count of his wife. Well, the reality is this: if you look at the debate, dude brought his wife up before Coach Greg Adams said what he said. He was the one that was comparing his wife's book sales to Coach Greg Adams' book sales. So he was the one that brought his wife into the debate. And so once he done that, she was fair game. You know what I'm saying? That's all that is. So with all that being said, we're gonna get out of here, guys. Appreciate y'all for coming through. Appreciate y'all for coming through. Let's drop this. This is your boy Bama, man. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. I'm definitely out. Peace.